Wrestler 141, you seemed really excited when you and Parker got that win. Would you talk about that match?
141, well, that was a big win. Happel's been wrestling really well. Ian's kind of battled some injuries this year, and then he dropped a weight class, so I just kind of felt like he was kind of starting to get in his groove. When he beat a really good guy. I've watched Happel wrestle, especially the last month, and been super impressed with him as we kind of prepared for this match, when he goes out and takes us down right away. So, they had a lot of momentum at that time, too, for a senior to step up and kind of quiet the crowd was what we needed at that point.
What surprised you about this duel?
I knew it was going to be a dogfight. It just was. I knew it was going to be a dogfight, so I wasn't surprised in that fashion. I don't know if there was any huge upsets. I just think there was a lot of scrapping back and forth. I felt like we should have won at 174. We wrestled well. We just didn't get it done. I think 197 was the difference maker in a meet that really had a lot of emotion and a lot of toughness. The 157 for UNI. How gritty was that kid to stay in there? And he was bound and determined to keep a close match with Carr, and we're not able to bonus there. And then you get a guy like Younger that steps out there, almost gets taken down right away. He's in trouble for about a minute, and then he just pours it on. And I think the book on Younger is his shape. Well, the third period, his shape looked pretty good, so he was a difference maker there.
Speaking of Younger, once he gets clicking, can you talk about just a different gear that he hits?
He has a different gear once he gets going, and as he's gotten in better shape, you see it. So when he starts to get guys tired, you saw it in the third period, and it's just he's just getting tough. He's getting tough. He's training harder. He's starting to understand what it takes to train in folk style in the United States. So it's just been fun to watch him progress. He's a competitor. He wanted to go out there and win that for the team.
That challenge, allowing him to reset a little bit, maybe mentally after that first minute or so in 97?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't. At the third period, it looked like we were the guy that was in better shape, so I don't know if that made that much of a difference.
How huge was it to have Sam Schuyler close out the duel that way?
It was a lot of pressure, and for a kid from Buffalo to step into that Lion's Den and perform, he grew up a lot right there. Even though he's a fourth-year guy, he's got one more year left next year, but to step into that environment, he's never stepped into anything like that, and that was a heck of an environment.
What can Marcus learn from tonight's match?
Got to do more. He's got to do more. You got him on the ropes a little bit, and we hold our cards. We got to do more. We can't be afraid of that guy's motor and that guy's pace. If we want to beat a guy like that, we got to have that motor. We got to have that pace. And he's done a great job, but he held his cards.
Talk about the crowd. What an environment.
Well, we knew it was going to be. I had to make fun of Schwab all week, and he had to make fun of me all week, and so we sold a lot of tickets. And we're going to continue to make fun of each other every year, right, over this week. So I've got new emojis ready to go. I'm going to reshuffle and get some new emojis, and we're going to do it again. But we're going to make sure that this place is packed, whether it's at Hilton or whether it's here. But that place looked pretty full tonight. I don't know would anybody get the ticket number, but
They said 4,000.
it had to be close to 5,000 people in there, and that was a fun environment because it was sure loud.
How big is it to have your guys be able to compete in front of that type of environment before heading into March?
It's important. We've competed. We get great crowds at Hilton. Obviously, we wrestled Iowa there, so we had a tremendous crowd. We go to Oklahoma State and wrestle at their place. In an environment where we're the underdog big time, and everybody's against us, and we kind of did it here. Although I really appreciate the Cyclones that showed up because I think you heard them at the end. But UNI is a tough place to wrestle. I think Schwab's going to like McLeod a whole lot more after tonight.
How nice was it to see them rally not just once but twice? Down 6-0, down 15-9.
Yeah, we battled. We just stayed in there and battled. And I felt like at 125 we just we got tired for some reason. And Terakina's been doing a good job, and Teskey's been struggling. But you can't take every week's a new deal here. And you got to reset. You got to be ready to go, and you can't. He's young, and he's got to figure that out. That every week somebody wants to take your head off. And that's what happened there. Is Teskey came ready to go.
How close are you getting to your vision when you took over the program? Is that vision that much closer to kind of the reality?
Yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there. You know, we got a lot more to do. You know, I'm not satisfied. I signed up for first, and I've always signed up for first. And so, when we get to first, ask me what I'm going to do next. But we got some work to do. But we're making progress. And you know, I like this team. I like the young guys we've got in the room. That you know, we're going to lose Dagan. I thought Dagan did a good job for us. You know, I think everybody can kind of see that that's not the same Dagan out there now that was out there last year. For you people that watch a lot of wrestling, he's really starting to get his mojo back. Because that kid's really, Revolto's done a great job this year for him, so he dominated that match.
How exciting is it to see him get that win? At the presser last week, he said he was determined to come in and finally get a win after not for the past
I think he's
few
like
years.
0-17 against UNI, and so now he's 1-17, because I don't think he's beat a UNI guy ever. So, but thanks for coming out.